Gibson's Les Paul Studio has long been a reasonable value proposition for those who want a workhorse Les Paul with just the essential ingredients. But recently, the company has introduced a new version with upgraded features they say are based on customer feedback and player requests. Now, that model is the Les Paul Studio Session, and today I'm going to see if I think it's worth consideration. Stick around. So what do we have here? Well, we have a combination of traditional and modern features, with the goal being a more versatile Les Paul. Now the idea is, if you're a gigging player or a studio musician, well, you can show up with just this one guitar and get a much wider range of tones than you get with a traditional Les Paul, whether studio or standard. Now the essentials are unchanged. A nitro-finished mahogany neck and body with a figured maple top. In this case, a very nice double-A top. Now the body is weight relieved, and I'm all for that. This one is a comfortable 8 pounds, 3 ounces. The model is also available in 3 other finishes, and as you can see, 2 of them give a more traditional appearance if that's what you're after. The neck is Gibson's familiar slim taper profile with a nicely bound ebony fingerboard. I'm a big fan of dark ebony boards, so I'm liking that. And an aesthetic touch I also appreciate is this Gibson logo is a premium inlay, just like a standard, rather than printed. Now, a standout player's feature is this contoured heel, which is a clear improvement in upper fret access. No more chunky heel jabbing your palm when you're up there making your blues face. The hardware is quite nice, with a lightweight aluminum Nashville-style bridge and stop bar tailpiece. Now, I'm not usually a big fan of black hardware, but it does go well with this finish. And the tuners are Grover Rotomatic, and they feel smooth and do the job nicely. But with a guitar designed for maximum utility, I would have really preferred locking tuners, just because they make string changes so much quicker. Now, pickups are 57 Classics, which are Alnico 2, and I like them just fine. I tend to favor Alnico 2 or 3 for humbuckers, and these do sound sweet, if a little dark. Then there's the controls, which are designed to give us an impressive amount of versatility via push-pull pots. So pull up on the volume controls, and we get coil splitting. And those sounds can be useful. I'll confess I've rarely found humbuckers that split all that well. And unfortunately, these don't do it for me either. The result in most cases is a rather dull single coil sound. The only humbucker I've ever tried that really did it well were Tom Anderson H-Series pickups. I'm sure there are others, but it's not something I seek out. So as expected, the split coil sounds alone aren't really grabbing me. But in combination with the push-pull tone controls, things get interesting. Now pulling up on the neck pickup tone knob puts the pickups out of phase, which can give you a lot of interesting tones. Now of course there's the thinnish nasal sound you get running both pickups out of phase at the same volume, but then back off on one or the other and you get varying degrees of that sound. It's a cool trick, and it gives the guitar a much wider variety of colors than would otherwise be available. Then there's the push-pull tone control for the bridge pickup, which is also useful. Now when engaged, it bypasses everything and sends the bridge pickup signal straight to the output jack. While it will give the bridge pickup a slight amount of extra cut, I find it most useful as a preset lead sound, because you can go from any sound you've set up straight to full blast bridge just by engaging this one control. So is this version of the Les Paul Studio worth the significant price increase over the more basic model? Well, if you want to play a Gibson Les Paul with a nice flame maple top that doesn't weigh a ton and has some well thought out features that allow the guitar to do a bit more than a traditional model, then it probably is. I can see this being especially attractive to players who work in different genres. The switching system could allow them to go from rock to blues to country pretty seamlessly, and the weight won't kill your shoulder when doing a long gig. For me personally, the contoured heel is very welcome. And while the switching options aren't something I really need, I might use them just for a bit of spice. I can imagine having a little fun getting those Albert King or Peter Green out of phase sounds from time to time, all while playing a more comfortable Les Paul that, to my eye at least, doesn't look like a down-market Gibson, despite the lack of body binding. Well, thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this video enjoyable, and if you did, give it a like. Now, if you still haven't subscribed, well, now's as good a time as any. Take good care of yourselves, and I will see you again very soon.